All right, so Friday. Friday, I just usually take a day to kind of do a full body exercise to hit all the other, to hit all the muscle groups that I already hit throughout the day. So just starting out with the basic all-purpose back workout, doing some pull-ups. Notice I'm not really using the weight here, and I'm just doing regular pull-ups today. So I usually try to take it a little bit easier and kind of work on the form of the exercise. Or I was just lazy and the dumbbell was upstairs. Either way, getting those out of the way, and then doing some of these scapular pull-ups. These help strengthen the lower part of the movement when you do pull-ups. So for this movement, just go into a dead hang, keep your arms straight, and then try and lift your try to depress your shoulders, lift your chest up. I'm gonna do a few sets of pull-ups just to finish out the workout. And one thing you'll notice about the rings is that there's a little bit more flexibility in the movement. So here, ideally you'd want to keep your legs out straight in front of you, but the floor is just a little bit too close, so I have to kind of hang back a little. But yeah, the rings here allow you to kind of rotate the arms. It makes it a little bit easier on your elbows and your shoulders. But it's a great all-purpose workout that you should definitely try to incorporate into your routine if you can. So if you try to notice in the pull-ups, the scapular pull-up is kind of like the first part of the movement for a regular pull-up. It's supposed to depress your shoulder blades and then kind of pull up from your back, so you're not using your arms quite as much. So if you're doing pull-ups and you're feeling it a lot in your bicep area, then that's why you want to lean back a little bit and kind of put a little bit more weight on your back in order to get that workout. Here, I like to go get the dumbbell. It's just doing some ab workout, some hanging ab raises. It's important to work in some ab exercises where there's some lengthening and contracting of the muscle, just like any other muscle group in the body, right? Your core needs to be trained like a muscle group as well, and that's not always the case. There's not a lot of focused core training, certainly not as much compared to like a squat or bench that most people recommend in workouts. So something you want to keep in mind: have a strong core is extremely important for your overall health and strength. Then you finish the back exercise, and here I'm just trying out some archer variation on the push-ups. You kind of go side to side, puts a little bit more stress on each arm as you do the movement. I don't do these very often, so I only do about maybe, I think, 4 or 5 on each side. So it's good to incorporate some workouts that you don't do as often every now and then, just to kind of keep the body guessing a little bit. As you fall into a routine, it definitely gets easier and easier. So having that different range of movement, a slight change in the exercise, not only keeps it more interesting day to day, but also stresses your body a little bit differently. So try to change your workout up a little bit every day if you can. But these are pretty effective. Like they're like you can work on getting your arms out straighter on each side, but that's something to progress towards. Like I said, this is not an exercise that I do very often, so it's definitely something that could be improved in the future. And here we're doing a kind of a side lunge with a towel on the floor. This is just similar to a squat movement, but working in a different plane than the standard squat movement. And in this case, since we're going single leg, left and right for a relatively low resistance movement, we just kind of superset each leg and go into each movement without a lot of rest. That ups the intensity a little bit and also keeps the total workout time a little bit shorter, so you can get on to do things, more interesting things with your day. A bag of vegetables. Also eat your vegetables. I mean, can't stress that enough. Here is we're working out on some lower body exercise as well. I would not recommend this setup for this exercise. Like the exercise itself, doing like a hip thrust with the barbell or a Smith machine at the gym if you have access to one, is a great exercise for not only your glutes and your legs and your lower back as well, but this setup here was just absolutely terrible. The chair's moving, the weight's not quite heavy enough, it's too high, it's just digging into your back, it's not comfortable at all. So if you do this exercise, I would highly recommend you incorporate it, but I would highly suggest you do it in a way that's more ergonomic and comfortable, because I don't think I ever did it again like this after doing this. I tried to play with it a couple different ways, adjusting the weight, adjusting the chair, and it just didn't help. I just don't have the equipment to do this one properly. So hopefully we'll try to get some upgraded equipment in the future. So as versatile as the bag of rice is for workouts, this ain't one of them. Yeah, I mean, I'm just doing it to finish out 3 sets, just for old times at this point. I mean, this is not an effective exercise. Set up like this, don't do it like this, guys. Just don't. I mean, if that chair slips back, I'm falling straight on my lower back. So, and then here we're doing some kind of a chest workout, kind of a fly movement. It's not ideal because of the way the resistance band loads, but you can make it a little bit better by really focusing on contracting that chest when you bring your arm across your body, in order to maximize the efficiency of the movement. And you also want to keep your extended arm and the band at a 90-degree angle in order to maximize the torque for the movement. And once again, since we're going from left to right, we don't need to take a lot of rest. And here I'm just, like I said, Friday is kind of a mashup. I just kind of do what I'm feeling that day. So here I go right into ab rotation exercise. Also a little bit of chest if you contract it, but you got to really work for it in this one. This is mostly going to be a core exercise, but important to incorporate some rotational movement as well. If you have like a slam ball, you can do wall bounces with a medicine ball. Same general exercise. And here we finish it up. Some chest exercise. Now remember, when you're doing chest exercises, that the primary function of your chest is not only to push away, but also to bring your body across, bring your arms across your body. So you want to keep that in mind and really contract that chest together at the top of any bench movements, and ideally incorporate some movements where you bring your body or bring your arms across your body from left to right, kind of cross your center, because that's really what the functional purpose of a chest workout is. Obviously, symmetry is important, so don't, make sure if you do left, right, single leg or arm exercises, you do them equivalently on both sides as best you can. And then calling it a day there, going into core exercises. And here in this case, I was pretty tired by Friday, so I'm dropping that red band, just going down to the black and the purple resistance band. And if you're tired, if you're feeling fatigued, just do what you can on each day. Make sure you get your rest, obviously, but you gotta, as you get more experience with working out, you kind of figure out what that wall is where you're fatigued and you shouldn't push past it, and when you should kind of get in gear and get that last workout in order to maximize your efficiency on your workout. So here I'm definitely feeling pretty fatigued towards the end of the week, but we're doing some ab contractions and doing some tricep work. It's kind of, like I said, working out the full body in general, not too much on each body part. And then you kind of go from tricep right to bicep. Doing the curls here, using a resistance band to do the curl. You can also hold the band with your feet if you don't have something to anchor it to at the bottom. I would suggest getting a bar or getting something to hold on to, because it can really eat into your hands and kind of dig into the areas of your hand that you're using to hold that band, especially as you stretch it out and that resistance grows. And doing multiple reps can really hurt. Of course, doing some side raises, just kind of finish out the exercise. Like I said, symmetry is important, so always do left and right. And then going right back into the start of the set. And when you're doing exercises like this, trying to find complementary supersets can be a great way to increase the intensity of your exercise, cover different parts of your body with less rest time in between. So when I was lifting weights primarily, right, you would do one set of one exercise and take a few minute break, maybe 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how heavy you lifted, and then do that exercise again, and then take another 3 to 5 minute break and do that exercise, which can really eat into the total time that you spend doing a workout. So especially if you're working out at home, if you're trying to just get a workout in the day quickly, you can just jump from exercise to exercise as long as you work out a different body part. And while you're working out that body part, you're getting rest in that first workout, so you can cycle through your workout a lot more quickly with less rest time and give you more time to do other things. All right, getting to the last part of the set here. Yeah, by this time I'm definitely ready to call it a day. I mean, I want to go do something rather than lifting or doing workouts by this point, you know. Go play some video games, eat dinner. Finishing up that last one. Remember, if you're doing those ab contractions on the floor, to make sure to try and keep your legs straight from your knee to your hip. You don't want to lean too far forward or too far back. You can kind of see from the stripes on my shorts that I keep it reasonably straight. Just finishing up the tricep extensions. Here, the movement is not as good as using like a rope, because you can't get that extension out to the sides with that grip. But you gotta make do with what you have. Then doing biceps. And when you get to the end of these exercises, when you can no longer do that concentric upward motion, you want to just focus on the isometric and kind of hold it there, right there, as long as you can, or really slow down the concentric lengthening portion of the movement. That'll help you get the most out of your workout as well. Yeah, but I'm pretty exhausted by the end of that one, so finishing up with the side raises. Yeah, you can see just you know, this whole workout took me about 20 minutes, but I am exhausted. Then I think it's just a second set of the exercise that I did. I wanted to come back and make sure I got a few extra sets on the lower body after the bag of rice that didn't turn out that well on those hip raises. So doing it in the doorway like this is not ideal for filming. So you see my head get cut off, but having the frame there to kind of help you through those last few sets definitely helps as well. But for this, you want to incorporate in general, not just for your legs, but some sort of movements just that's not always in the same plane of motion. It recruits different muscles a little bit differently, and if you ever play sports or go for a walk or hike or anything, you're going to need omnidirectional coordination. So you want to incorporate that into your training a little bit as well. So don't always just do squats standard with the barbell. Do some side lunges, maybe do some explosive squats, do some deeper squats, maybe 1.5 reps, and add some variety into your exercise best you can. But after that, we're just gonna finish it up with the last exercise here is just a kind of working on the outer portion of the leg here. Trying a new exercise. This one I'm split on. I'm not too sold on this. The efficacy is to be determined. Sometimes you definitely feel it on the outside of your leg, but it's not the most comfortable to do with the resistance bands and the way that it loads the weight. So, but that's the last exercise for today.